Hi, this is lesson number 4 in the education topic, and today we're going to focus on different types of school or school diversity. So hopefully by the end of this lesson we're going to look at different types of school, including primary, secondary, state versus private, and we're going to look at applying this to an exam question. So as with all the previous lessons, feel free to pause, work through at your own pace, email me if you have any questions. So, as a starter, you've got 4 true or false questions. So, I'll give you a minute to have a look at them, work out what do you think for the answers. If you're stuck, you can look back in your work from yesterday's lesson, and that should hopefully give you some ideas. So, what do we mean by school diversity then? So, there are different types of schools, they're all managed in different types of ways, so it depends on whether they're primary schools, and they go all the way up till you're 18, and everyone is entitled to a free education. So, here we go. School attendance is compulsory, so you don't actually have to need to be in a school, but you are required to be educated from the age of 5, so we'll come to this in a future lesson, but parents can choose to homeschool you, for instance. And from 2015, all young people are required to participate in some form of education or training. So most students obviously will go into sixth form or colleges, but this could be apprenticeships as well. So as a kind of get your definitions down, what I've done is I've given you 5 different school types and then their descriptions. So I'd like to have a go at trying to match them up. So again, you can cheat and go on to the next slide, but see if you can do it first, or at least work them out and then have a look. This does need to be in your book. So let's go through some answers then. So nursery school, this is going to be for children aged 3 and 4. They have their own head teacher and staff. Some are state funded, others are private. The fact it's a school, it means they're going to have obviously kind of head teacher, the same kind of structure as a normal primary school, for instance. Nursery classes are normally attached to a primary school and might have the same kind of staff. Then you've got your primary school, which is for children. Spot the error. The green arrow should go to where it says provide education for children aged 4 to 11. While at primary school, children follow the early years curriculum. This is you have your Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, and you do SATs at the end. Then we've got secondary schools, obviously providing education from 11 to 16 or 18, depends. And then you've got sixth form colleges, which are 16 to 19, and you're doing your A levels. Now you can have secondary schools as well that I know in Leicestershire we have schools that do year 7, 8 and 9 and then have year 10 and 11 and sixth form together, but still counted as secondary school. So lots of different types. Now, other than those types of school, can you think of any other types of schools that you can name? So for instance, private school is an example. So again, have a little think. Which ones can you name? Pause if you want to. So, on here are a number of different schools and they're all run in different ways. So, you've got a special school. This would be for students with special educational needs or additional needs. Again, sometimes we'll follow the national curriculum, but maybe not all students will be entered for exams, things like that. A grammar school, which we'll come to in a minute. Free school, an academy, faith schools, specialist school, independent or private schools, and then comprehensive. For the exam, you will need to know what all of these types of schools are. So, to have a go. Now, there's a number of ways you can do this. You can print this page out, you could draw the table in your book, or you could just make notes on each of the key areas. Now, the way I would like you to do this is to try and do some research on what these schools are. So, for instance, an academy. How is it funded? Where does the money come from for an academy? Does it come from the government? Does it come from businesses? Does it come from a mixture of both? Do they have to follow the national curriculum? So, do they have to teach what is set down by the government? Are they inspected by Ofsted? Now, there's some on there that are not inspected by Ofsted, so which ones? Can they have their own admissions policy? This means, can they choose which students they want to accept? So can they choose students who are particularly sporty, particularly intelligent, of a particular faith? So some of those schools cannot, some of them can. So which ones? And can they set their own term dates? So can they decide if they have 2 weeks half term at October, for instance? Can they have a shorter summer holidays or a longer summer holidays? So this will take you a little while to try and figure this one out. So have a go. We will go through this when we're all back. So don't worry if you get stuck with any of it. We will go through it. So to finish off for this lesson, what I'd like you to have a go at is another short kind of 4-mark question. So identify and describe one type of school. So it could be any of those types of schools that you can kind of describe. So for instance, one type of school is independent or private schools. This is a school where blah 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 blah. And how does this promote divisions? So obviously some schools promote divisions more than others. I think it's quite easy to pick private school because obviously that's going to promote maybe more divisions. So have a go at that. Again, if you want to email me your responses, I'm happy to have a look at anything that you want to do. Again, feel free to keep emailing me any questions, anything you get stuck with, and yeah, give any feedback on how things are going, and hopefully I won't see you in the too distant future. Oh, there's another question. Oh, come on there. You're a number 2. Describe the hidden curriculum. Now, we have done a question similar to this, so I'll let you have this one as optional. So if you want to have a go as a recap, you can, but we have done a very similar question. So describe the hidden curriculum. So your point would be, it is where blah, blah, blah. Try and give some examples, try and give some evidence, and detail to your points to try and get all 3 marks. So hope you're well, missing you all lots, and see you soon.